Welcome to the dark, twisted inner psyche of a living weapon. Harlot, I'm Naanless, and I'll be mishandling the deep trauma within this sword guy. But first, a quick recap. Ember goofy goobered her way into a full-blown religious leader arc. Darren Day got over a case of really bad gas, and rightfully fell deeper in love with his bolder boyfriend. And finally, Lon is fine. Lon's fine. Nothing happened to Lon. I don't want to talk about it. All right, recap over. Let's get into it. The Crusade and all of its allies prep for their final march on Iz, but their glorious goofy leader Bagunga has some unfinished tasks to get to. He promised Finian that he would dig into his past and help him be rid of his iron existence. And the party want to find and help the Hand of the Inheritor. Last they saw him, he got forcefully sucked into Lord Baphomet's domain. He's probably being kept prisoner there. And, well, I could be wrong, but it's probably an unpleasant experience. Finian lost most of his memories, but he does recall that he was once horrifically tortured by some psycho in a blacksmith shop somewhere in Sarkoris. Going off of this information, the party hit the road and sniff around Sarkoris for a couple days. Their search is cut short when a demonic bounty hunter by the name of the Ivory Hunter interrupts them. It claims that Lord Baphomet sent it to kill Bagunga, and anyone he's ever known, his family, his friends. Yap, the party break him in half, and like a lucky piñata, it drops a key to the ineluctable prison, Lord Baphomet's domain. The party stash it away for later, and continue their sniffing. After a couple more days' travel, the party come across the blacksmith's shop. Finian turns into a weapon with a metallic throat and audibly gulps. The gang waltz in and find that the interior is adorned with skulls, each named after their own specimen. They even find specimen 367's skull, Finian's skull. Before they can process the information, the bladesmith introduces himself. He seems overjoyed that Bagunga's brought Finian back to him. I mean, he's been wanting to fix his little mistake for a while now. You know, what's the point of a powerful killing blade if it has feelings and morals? Finian isn't listening to this incredible display of villainy. He's too busy reaching new, never-before-seen levels of cope. The sight of his own skull sends him into a panic attack, as he claims that this whole situation must be a joke or some sort of sick, twisted prank, and, I mean, Bagunga is his commander, so it's not too far off. The bladesmith assures him that that is in fact his skull, and its existence is the only thing keeping his soul bound to Galarian. He also states that his work isn't horrific, it's a beautiful gift. He grants the souls and the weapons eternal life, an eternity sought by many, and he grants the owner of the weapons a ruthless and effective killing machine. It's a win-win. He gestures to the horde of skulls in the room and identifies them all as happy, satisfied clients. Each one of them, a soul bound to steel. Finian breaks. He just wants this ordeal to be over. He asks the commander to shatter his skull and free him from this false life. But Bagunga refuses to lose another party member. He reminds him that in life he was an effective and dedicated Pathfinder. He can still serve the cause he loved, even as a living weapon. Finian admits that his travels with the party have left him feeling less like an object and more like a crusader, a part of the cause. So he makes a deal with Bagunga. Once this ordeal is over and the world wound is dealt with, Bagunga will hand Finian over to the Pathfinders so that he can serve the cause he once loved, until he rusts and shatters. The bladesmith, tired of the party's yapathon, realizes that Bagunga has no intention of fixing Finian, so he decides to take him forcefully.
You all right?
No. Retreat is not an option. I refuse to surrender.
Hey, Commander, can you hear me? Damn it, now I'm worried people can't hear me from inside this thing. Anyway, I thought I'd be happy, but there's no happiness to be found here. I'm dead. My folks are dead. I doubt any of my friends are still alive. And the bladesmith is just One more death. The only good thing is he won't hurt anyone ever again. It brings me some comfort. I locked myself in a past that's long gone. And now I've woken up in the present. And I can move on. Well, metaphorically. I can't actually move on my own. Thank you, Commander. You're right, I guess one should live while they can. Folks make do without arms and legs, so I'll manage without a body. You're doing good work, and I'll be helping you out. And when it's all over, pass me on to some Pathfinder. I'll be fine. Where you go, I follow, Commander.
Before leaving the shop behind, the party crush every skull except for Finian's, releasing every poor soul that was bound to steal. Hopefully none of them genuinely enjoyed their sword existence. They were probably in service of the enemy anyway, right? Before the party return to the crusade and march on they have one final thing to cross off their list. They want to save the Hand of the Inheritor, and hopefully, whilst in Rome, finish off Demon Lord Baphomet. Obviously, you remember every nanosecond of episode 20, and recall that Demon Lord Baphomet was killed by Lady Nocticula. And as we all know, when a Demon Lord dies, they simply retreat to their realm to recuperate for a year. And if they're killed within that year, well, they die. For realsies. Luckily, they already hold the key to Lord Baphomet's domain, the Ineluctable Prison. But the problem is that the entrance teleports around randomly. It's gonna take years of research and careful planning to somehow No, wait, there's one right there. The party rush the gate and absolutely ruin some demon guard's day. The final body drops, and all is quiet. An eerie, pained howling can be heard throughout the seemingly infinite halls. It's all interrupted when the intercom lights up, and a bloody hologram introduces itself. She is Apanavicius, warden of the Ineluctable Prison. Annoyed that the gang took part in harming her dear Lord Baphomet, she threatens the party with a slow, excruciating death. Alright. Now that the usual formalities are out of the way, she explains that this facility is used to house and horrifically torture all of Baphomet's enemies. Once her prisoners succumb to the pain, they are melded into the walls, alive. The collective pained moans of the wall people is what fills the ambience of this prison. She also offhandedly mentions that the Hand of the Inheritor is, in fact, here somewhere, and ends the hologram. Having no knowledge of the prison, the party explore in a random direction, trying their best not to touch the walls. In the next room, they find a magic mirror. Upon touching it, it activates and starts a Skype call with none other than Demon Lord Baphomet himself. He calls the party fools for entering the prison. It's apparently impossible to escape. Ancient magic prevents anyone who enters from leaving. Lord Baphomet himself was once imprisoned in it. Unable to escape, he resorted to taking the entire thing with him to the abyss, turning it into his realm. But the party have a key, so it's not really a big deal. He laughs, thinking that the party are likely done for, and taunts them by saying that the Hand of the Inheritor has been non-stop tortured since his arrival. He's nothing but a ball of pain and hatred now. His pained screams shake the very halls of this prison. Hearing this, the party rudely hang up and move on, hoping to save whatever's left of the Hand of the Inheritor. They rush towards the nearest pained moan, hoping it's him. But instead, they find a ghost named Cecily. Her torture in life was so brutal that her ghost appears bruised and battered. In a void of pure darkness, she latches onto the light within Maganga and begs for help. You see, her soul is trapped here because she committed self-ouchie to avoid the horrific torture. Unfortunately, her god frowns upon the act of reflective manslaughter, so she was denied her afterlife. She believes that her only salvation is to cleanse her husband's sword, the Dawn Flower, a holy relic that is currently corrupted and in the hands of the prison's warden. The party intended to kill the warden anyway, so they take the job and continue to randomly roam the halls. A couple more hours of being disgusted by the walls go by, and the party find the warden's office. It's chock full of tortured living trophies. Apanavicius shakes in excitement. She's been wanting to play with the party for a long time now. She tells them that the Hand of the Inheritor is located in the heart of the prison, and lifts up her arm ready to attack. But Bagunga's feeling a little goofy. He points out that she's been a very bad host. What kind of asshole leaves their hat on when greeting guests? The trickster vibes fill the room, and she immediately apologizes for her rudeness. She rips the helmet that was melded in her flesh and hands it to the party. Like God, Bagunga taketh the helmet and giveth a big whack.
Into the fray!
The party grab the Dawn Flower and mercy kill the tortured souls in the room. They head back to Cecily and hand her the corrupted relic. With the resilient light left within her, she cleanses the corrupted relic and slowly fades away, finally earning the afterlife she was denied. Remembering the words of the dead warden, the party rush to the heart of the prison and find what's left of the Hand of the Inheritor. The months of torture have broken him. He's now nothing but a hate-filled tool. Baphomet's been using him to open portals all over Galarian. It's how his army was able to move around so quickly. The gang can't just leave him like that, so they go in for the kill.
I'll cheer you on from over there.
You are nothing before me. Kneel before me.
Right?
The Hand of the Inheritor is dead. His suffering is finally over. Hopefully his soul's made it to heaven, where it belongs. Unable to find a way to fully kill Baphomet, the party stroll out of the prison, content to have helped an old friend. And just like the party, you seem to have strolled your ass to the end of this video, because, well, that's all I got. If you have extra time on your hands, consider checking out my friends, the Discord, and the Naanless Shorts channel. All links in the description. And as always, please like, sub, and experience true enlightenment through the viewing of this holy outro.